Sound. So, fire alarm system, primary objective, life safety. How you do that is occupant notification. The primary method of occupant notification is sound. What kind of signal is it sending out? Um, is it what kind of is it intelligible? Is it audible? What's being directed to the occupants? That sound coming out is measured in decibels, dB. It levels. Sounds a tricky thing. It levels vary greatly based on differences and losses through or against building elements, how it reverberates, how it changes. General rule of thumb is every time that source distance to that source doubles, the sound decreases by 6 decibels. So if your device is tested, fire alarm device that you're putting in or specifying, whatever, is tested at 84 decibels at 10 feet, would be about 78 decibels at 20 feet. And then it would be at 72, do the math in my head quickly, 72 decibels at 40 feet, not including losses. That's just direct line loss. Sound is wide frequency broadcast, okay, just general sound. However, fire alarm devices are tested to the A-weighted frequencies noted as dBA. It filters that input signal to 600 to 7,000 hertz, which is much better for the human ear. And noted here too is that that may help you or may hinder you depending on what's happening in the building, what type of frequency is being generated in that building. Again, fire alarm system has the ability to alert the occupants. You must evacuate the building. The audibility is there just to be heard. Can the tone be discerned? There's no information, no request contained in that message, just that it exists. So the audibility is the ability to hear the message. It's page 1359 of the SFE handbook. This is in contrast to what's called intelligibility, where can the message be understood? Can you understand what is being said in the message? Intelligibility is a high focus for voice evacuation mass notification systems. Is not so much Charlie Brown's teacher sitting there with being totally unable to understood, but you know that she's speaking, versus can you actually understand her? Is it audibility versus intelligibility? These fire alarm signals coming out, these audible signals coming out, has a distinctive evacuation signal. NFPA 72 provides guidance at the 3 pulse at the temporal pattern, on and off for half second, then a delay, and repeat. This can be modified based on the voice messages being put in. This can be permitted to be a chime in certain occupancies. Healthcare occupancy, you're not going to hit the whole hospital with a prepare to evac signal. They're defend in place, but you may have chimes that go off throughout the building or at a constantly attended location. But in general, it's a 3 pulse temporal pattern. Your notification considerations also must be versus public versus private signaling. Signaling, by and large, is designed to be public. It's to wide area and all occupants in the building. But there's also private considerations and sleeping modes. So if you're in a public space doing public signaling, the signal given must be 15 decibels above ambient, or 5 decibels above maximum sound. That sound has to last a minimum of 60 seconds, whichever is greater. A note on there is that, let me see if I have it in my notes over here. No. In the annex, they have a discussion on here about what maximum sound. That maximum sound is lasting 60 seconds, and then the ambient, the note is that ambient is what happens over a certain period of time, which I believe is 24 hours. So it's not just the ambient in the bathroom when the shower is on, or in the next to the room when the shower is on, because that's just going to be ambient noise for a while. That would be much more considered a maximum sound. The ambient will be in the building through a 24-hour or at minimum a full work hour cycle. Private mode signaling, you'll see public mode signaling. Now our private mode signaling is 10 decibels above ambient or 5 decibels above maximum. And sleeping areas is 15 decibels above ambient, 5 decibels above maximum, or minimum 75 decibels at the pillow. Important to note here, well, I've got a problem coming up next, but we're just going to jump straight to the solution so I can show you here. 72, the annex has generally assumed ambient levels for your different types of occupancies. We'll address that here in 2 slides. Important to note here, maximum sound anywhere shall be 100 decibels. That's to avoid any sort of hearing damage, sustained listening hearing damage. So if you are getting to a point in your distance in your audibility calculations where you have to keep upping the sound in order to be heard and you're passing that 100 decibel, you need to add that second speaker.